dreaming of floating or flying in the air. Hi everyone, it's Maria Maumela. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, and for commenting. This video is in response to the comment that I got, okay, in one of my videos, and I promised to address this dream. So I'm going to make this, I'm splitting this dream interpretation into two parts. This first dream is about just floating or flying, and the second one will be about floating or flying away from trouble. Okay, they are both positive dreams. Okay, so I will be basing this interpretation in Isaiah 40 verse 31. Okay, but first let's establish the conditions, okay, for this dream to apply to you. Now, if I'm talking about floating or flying in the air, not in an airplane, not in an air balloon, all right? So conditions means you have no fear, you have no anxiety, there are no restrictions, there are no barriers physically or spiritually. Like you're just floating freely or flying freely. And this can also include you flying high, like high above the sky, like an airplane, or just flying above the or just flying above landscape or a community, okay, just hovering over, but feeling safe, feeling safe, feeling content during the dream and even after the dream. Okay, your emotions do matter after the dream. So it means you were comfortable and you were at ease, whether or not you are in control. You could be floating or flying, with like floating or flying, whether or not you are in control. Like I'll be referencing this with Isaiah 40 verse 31 to clear up confusions. Okay, I saw that it could be a bit of a problem, so I thought if I put scripture in it, it will just help to clear things up. Okay, I'll address it at the end. So now, dreaming of flying, it's a beautiful dream. It's a positive dream. If you come to think of it, you can imagine the feeling of flying, the feeling of just floating in the air, whether your hands are outstretched or whether you just flew with your hands by on the sides of your thighs. Like, it doesn't matter how you took off. All it means is that you're just being comfortable, and it also matters how you land. And in terms of a landing or in terms of a flying, this has got nothing to do with you seeing demons, seeing things that scare you. Like, for this interpretation is the positive interpretation of the dream, where there was no demons or funny activities, evil activities that was happening in the dream. Okay. So now I've got my notes here, guys. I want to make sure I cover everything. This dream has got a lot of notes. I just had to put down as many as I can. Now I've decided to even break it into two parts, okay? But under different headings. Yeah. So now if you meet the conditions I've mentioned above, then it means it's a good positive dream with a lot of spiritual implications. All right. So now it speaks of personal growth, it speaks of strength, thriving, freedom, being unrestricted, spiritual growth, success, peace, contentment, happiness, and independence. It refers to overcoming or escaping difficult or hard circumstances. Okay, I hope I didn't say them too fast. I'll say them again at the end. It has to do with newness. It has to do with newness. It could be a new job coming up for you, a new career. And if you are single, there could be life, there could be love on the horizon. All right. It also refers to reaching your goals and or exceeding expectations. So it's a very beautiful dream. So growth spiritually, meaning increased faith and elevation in your life. All right. So before I read scripture, I'll go again. It speaks of personal growth, strength, thriving, freedom, being unrestricted, spiritual growth, success, peace, contentment, happiness, and independence. And this has it says a lot about a person's state of mind. It says a lot about a person's state of the heart. And it says a lot about just the person's life. Okay, this is a person who is in a good place. And in a good place doesn't mean there are no challenges in your life. It just means you have found some contentment, some peace. Okay? So I think I'd like to read the word. I want to read Isaiah 40 verse 31. I'll be reading the NIV translation. Isaiah 40:31. It reads, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." I want to go back on the line that says they will hear. This is verse 31b. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will soar on wings like eagles. The Bible doesn't say we are the wings of the eagle, nor does it say we are the eagle. It says they will soar on wings like the eagle. They will soar on wings like the eagle. Now this speaks about the love of the Father. Now this speaks about the love of God. This brings us into remembrance on how the birds teach their young how to fly, how they teach the eaglets how to fly. The bird, what we know is that the bird would carry the fowl or the eaglet, and then it will drop it in the sky, leaving it to learn to flap its wings, and for it to learn to stretch its wings, to get to explore, and for it to grow some faith. Okay. And then after a while, as the eaglet keeps going back, then the parent will catch it again. Now this speaks about the Father's love, the love to teach, the love that God has for us to protect us, and for God to teach us or to instruct us. Okay, this is like part of our learning, part of our growth in God as a loving Father. Okay. So it speaks about God sustaining us and God protecting us. And in terms of flying, going back to just a dream of flying. As we are flying on floating, it's a nice experience. It's thrilling. It's playful because there's many moves that you can do. There's no restriction. Like you can do what you normally would not be able to do here on the ground. So being free of gravity allows you to do what is uncommon. That is why you see me pressing on the spiritual aspect or the spiritual implications of this dream. Now I know how we so love the dream interpretations of wealth, elevation, and all of that, but I feel that this is like the most important, because you have to thrive spiritually before you can or should strive any other way. So it is a very beautiful dream. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share. I hope I covered all the questions you have, and anything I did not address, I hope to address on the next video. Thank you guys. God bless.